And we are back. Thank you for joining us and welcome to the fifth and final installment of the Top 100 Modern Comics Based on Value list, brought to you by comicbookspeculation.com and the Comic Book War podcast. I am joined by the Comic Book War's crew, Nico and Sleepy Jawn, and I'll let Sleepy Jawn remind you of the parameters of this list.
Thanks, Jimmy. For this list of the top 100 modern comics, we have used the 12-month GPA average based on value, compiled from CGC graded books. For this list, as a reminder, we did not include any variants, newsstands, reprints, etc. No books are on the list strictly because of their rarity or scarcity. There is also a notation of what the book is doing in the 90-day window, trending up, down, or even.
Thanks, John. Now, without further ado, this is the last installment, so we will be listing downward number 20 to 1. If you would like to see our previous videos, please click below in the description or wait until the end of this video where you will find a link.
Coming in at our number 20 position, we have Mouse Guard number 1 from Arcadia Studios. Because of the oversized format of this particular series, it is very hard to find these issues in high grade. The first prints also have a notoriously low print run. Fox has optioned the series, and it had even produced a pilot, but the project was killed after Disney acquired Fox and all of its properties. This has resulted in this book trending down, selling at a CGC 9.8 90-day average price of $422.
The all-new Marvel Now .1 issue from 2014 takes our 19th spot. This book features the first full appearance and story of Kamala Khan as Miss Marvel. I'm surprised that this book has been trending down, considering the Disney Plus series has ramped up production for a Miss Marvel television series, and they've even announced a 2020 release date. If you recall, we mentioned a book on the last list that was a Miss Marvel key as well. The 9.8 average price is $422 for All New Marvel Now .1 from 2014.
In our 18th position is Adam, Legend of the Blue Marvel number 1. This book features the first appearance of the Blue Marvel and has been trending up in recent months due to the speculation that he will be appearing in the next phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Personally, I think this character would be a great fit to replace Iron Man. Published in 2009 by Marvel Comics, this book has a CGC 9.8 90-day average sale price of $427.
Jimmy, Adam, Legend of the Blue Marvel number 1 is a book that has slowly taken people by surprise in its value that it's risen to. This was one of the 2 books that I saw on GPA that had all green arrows pointing upward, meaning that it is one of the 2 books in the top 100 in which, in all grades, it is rising in value.
Hack and Slash Volume 1, Number 1 takes our 17th spot. This book has been optioned so many times that I've lost count. It was initially published by Devil's Due in 2004, and it is a true creator-owned series. In recent months, this book has been trending up, selling at an average CGC 9.8 price of $429.
Number 16 is another Walking Dead book, Walking Dead 19, the first appearance of fan-favorite character Michonne. While the actress who plays Michonne is very busy with her cinematic role in the Marvel Universe in Black Panther, I don't see this book rebounding anytime soon. Like almost all of the Walking Dead key books, this book has been trending down, selling at a 90-day CGC 9.8 price of $429, with the last sale in November, where a copy sold for $396, much lower than the 2017 average price of $507.
Number 15 on our top 100 list is another Spider-Verse appearance. This one is the first appearance of Spider-Gwen, Gwen Stacy. Edge of Spider-Verse number 2 was published in 2014 from Marvel Comics. This book has seen a lot of attention since the character's introduction in the Sony Spider-Verse cinematic universe. While the book has been trending down in recent months, I think it's going to rebound as more news comes out about the second Spider-Verse film from Sony. So buying it now on the downswing isn't the worst idea. Edge of Spider-Verse number 2 has been selling at an average price of $441.
Taking the 14th spot is a comic book that sells well based on its cover art alone, Detective Comics number 880. This book is from the classic Scott Snyder Batman run, published in 2011 by DC Comics, and features a classic Jacques cover. This book has been trending down in recent months with a CGC 9.8 90-day average price of $649. Insofar as this comic cover is arguably the most iconic cover in modern comics, I suspect that this book will eventually rebound. DC Comics is committed to the artwork, using it for a number of different merchandising opportunities. Jock has even sold very high-end prints of this cover, not to mention a recent foil reprint of this book.
Nico, I have to say that did anybody think that this book would be that high on the list? It does not. While it is part of a classic storyline, the Black Mirror storyline, there's no first appearances in the book. Almost every book that we talk about that's on this list features some type of first appearance or is the first issue in the series. It's really surprising that this book is so high. And the other surprising part is that there has not been a huge uptick over the past few years of copies coming to the market. People aren't abundantly submitting this book. There just is not a big abundance of books out there that are 9.8 worthy.
13 on our list is Betty and Veronica 261 from 2012. This period of Archie books have very low print runs, and this book features the first appearance of Vamp Veronica. As always with Archie publications, it is very hard to find high-grade copies of these books. With that in mind, CGC 9.8 copies have been trending down in recent months, selling at a 90-day average price of $660.
Why anybody would pay that much is questionable. Ethan Van Sciver joins our list with his creator-owned comic book Cyberfrog #1, published in 1994 by Hall of Heroes. This book takes the list 12th position. It features the first appearance of Cyberfrog and has recently been relaunched by Ethan Van Sciver through a Kickstarter campaign, which has put it back in the modern collector's eyes. CGC 9.8 copies of this have been selling at a price of $750. Amazing for this book.
Number 11 is Solar Man of the Atom #10, published by Valiant Comics in 1992. This book features a all-black cover and the first appearance of the Eternal Warrior. CGC 9.8 copies of this book are in short supply and have been selling at a 90-day average price of $755.
If you're watching this podcast on YouTube, you will see the cover of the book, which you may think that it's just a black square, but it has ever so lightly an embossed trade dress on it. The big problem with that book and why it's so sought after in 98 is that the cover scratches pretty easily. It's a matte cover. And if you really want to pay a premium for a raw book, you're going to want to take a hard look at that thing in the right light to make sure there's no scratching on the front and the back of it.
Another key Valiant Universe book takes our 10th position, Harbinger 1 from 1992. This is the first Valiant Universe book and features the first appearance of the Renegades team. Even though it was announced in September that the Harbinger movie was being moved from Sony to Paramount Pictures, destroying any hope for a Bloodshot Harbinger crossover or a Harbinger Wars adaptation film, this book has been trending down in recent months, selling at a 9.8 CGC average price of $848 over the last 90 days.
Jimmy, I'm a big fan of early Valiant Harbinger comics. I was reading them at the right time in my childhood, and I think a lot of comic collectors have similar nostalgia surrounding this book, which captured the excitement of Chris Claremont's X-Men run after he had stopped writing X-Men.
Nico, if we're going to be totally honest, let's be real with ourselves. Harbinger interested you because back in the day, you weren't as svelte as you are now, and the character Faith was somebody that you could really connect to. Number 9 is a comic that just doesn't seem to stop trending up. This was the second book of the 2 that I mentioned that had all green arrows on GPA, meaning every grade was trending up. As much as it pains me to say this, it's very possible that this could be the #1 modern book someday. maybe even in the short future. Number 9 is Rick and Morty #1, published in 2015 by Oni Press. It's become a modern key since a few months after its release, and as long as they keep making Rick and Morty TV episodes, this book shows no sign of slowing down. In CGC 9.8, this book has been selling at an average price of $865.
In the 8th spot is another Brian K. Vaughan series, Why the Last Man #1. This book was published by DC Comics Vertigo imprint in 2002. And while FX is moving forward with a Why the Last Man television adaptation, sales prices of this book have been trending down in recent months. CGC 9.8 copies of this book have been selling at a 90-day average price of $887.
NYX #3 takes our 7th position. This book was published by Marvel Comics in 2003 and features the first appearance of X-23, Laura Kinney, a new clone, the daughter of Wolverine. This book saw a lot of attention around the release of the Wolverine Logan film, but since then, the book has started trending down. Marvel has also introduced new children of Wolverine within the comic universe, which has hurt this book's value. CGC 9.8 copies of the book has been selling at a 90-day average price of $903.
In the 6th spot is Invincible #1, a fan favorite Robert Kirkman book. This book is the first issue of the series and features several first appearances of prominent characters in the series. Invincible #1 has been a hot comic book for the last few years as people anticipated it as being the next Walking Dead, saying it could be optioned as well. In 2020, we will supposedly see the release of the Invincible animated TV series on Amazon Prime. Perhaps that's why this book has been trending up in recent months, selling at an average price of $973.
Dreamwalker #0 takes our 5th position. This book was published by Avatar Comics in 1998 and features the first full appearance of Eric Powell's creator-owned Goon character. CGC 9.8 copies of this book have been selling at a 90-day average price of $1,000.
Yeah, Nico, one book that didn't make the list because of when it came out was Bestsellers, which is the prototype character of the Goon by Eric Powell as well. Another pretty sought-after book if you like the Goon character.
Another Walking Dead book, another book that has been trending down. Most of these Walking Dead books have really started losing a lot of the heat they once carried. Walking Dead 2 takes the list's 4th position, selling at a 90-day average price of $1,174.
In the 3rd spot, we have another creator-owned series, this time Terry Moore. Number 3 is Strangers in Paradise #1, published by Antarctic Press in 1993. This book features the first appearance of the characters in this series and is the first issue of the series ever published. It's apparently being developed by Terry Moore as a feature-length film. No further details yet announced. CGC 9.8 copies have been selling at an average price of $1,263.
Coming in close to the wire now, number 2 on our list is the first appearance of Harley Quinn. Batman Adventures #12, published in 1993 by DC Comics. This is the 3rd Harley Quinn book on our list. While there is a Harley Quinn-driven animated series and a Birds of Prey film at the box office, this book has been trending down, selling at a 90-day average price of $1,855 in CGC 9.8 condition.
Coming in at the number 1 spot on our list of top 100 modern comic books based on CGC graded value, which is brought to you by comicbookspeculation.com and the Comic Book Wars podcast. We have a book that should be of no surprise to anyone at this point. The Walking Dead #1. Yes, another Walking Dead book. Like the other previously mentioned Walking Dead issues on the list, this book has been trending down in recent months. Walking Dead #1 was released in 2003 by Image Comics and it is the first issue of the classic Robert Kirkman story. While it has been trending down, this is a modern key and has been for at least the last 15 years. While it's trending down, I don't think it's going to be moving that far off the top modern comic list of the last 20 years anytime soon.
Thank you for watching the top 100 modern comics by value. I would like to thank Sleepy Jawn for doing his homework and coming up with the books on this list and putting them in order. Sleepy Jawn is one of the greatest modern speculators in the game today, and people really shouldn't be sleeping on the things he says. I'd also like to thank Nico for joining us for the last 2 videos and for really pushing us in the gear and making us put them together and actually finish them. And we'll catch you next time on the top 100 modern comics by value. To watch previous videos within this series, please click below or click on one of the video links at the end of this video. Catch you guys again. Bye for now.